Today I review Moon Knight #1, The Unbelievable Gwenpool #1, and All New All Different Avengers #8. Hello and welcome to the show with reviews. I'm Auram, and we're going to be talking about 3 comics, just like we do every week, so let's get started. First up is Moon Knight #1, written by Jeff Lemire with art by Greg Smallwood. Okay, I do not know what to believe with this comic. The only thing that I know about this comic is that I loved it. So the premise of the series is that everything that's happened to Mark Spector, being Moon Knight and everything, has been a lie. He's been in a mental institution this entire time. And I know the it's all a dream thing is overplayed and kind of stupid, but the way that they execute it in this book is actually really well done and just leaves you confused and not entirely sure where they're gonna go. It's just, everything is so well done here. Just the psyche of Mark Spector and Moon Knight and all of this, it's just already with this first issue, I think personally that it's living up to Warren Ellis's run on Moon Knight, which was just the first 6 issues of the last series. I just love how everything just flows so well together and the story starts revealing things without actually revealing things. It keeps you very intrigued. The art is also very gorgeous, and it's not your typical comic book art, and it's also not your typical like webcomic fun art. It's kind of a melding of the two, and just all of that along with the really nice panel direction here just sells it, and it fits the tone of the book very well. I can honestly see this book becoming one of Marvel's current best, along with Vision and All New All Different Avengers and stuff like that. So yeah, awesome book. Pick it up. Give it a chance. Moon Knight is kind of an underrated character, so definitely buy this if you can. Next up is The Unbelievable Gwenpool #1, written by Christopher Hastings with art by Gurihuru and Danilo Beyruth. So Gwenpool as a character is kind of a weird thing. She just kind of blipped into existence and people liked her so much that she has her own book, kind of like history repeating itself with Spider-Gwen and all that. And honestly, this book is really good. I was not expecting it to be super good. I read Gwenpool's parts in the holiday special and some of the Howard the Duck backups and loved her there, but the prologue of this book got me worried. So the book is split into 2 parts here, the prologue and the actual meat of the book, which is kind of what the entire book is going to be. The prologue is drawn by Danilo Beyruth, and I honestly did not like the art or kind of the writing in that section of the book. The art just kind of felt uninspired and didn't really fit the tone of Gwenpool in general. It's not bad art, it didn't fit Gwen's tone. But after that jump, everything was much better. The jokes started to hit even more. I think the art kind of sold it more with the Gurihuru doing all that stuff, and it was just, this book is gorgeous. Other than all that, and I don't know if this is just how my mind works, because I do try and find like different undertones to characters, but I'm definitely kind of sensing some like darker undertones with Gwenpool in this book, especially towards the end. She's kind of starting to realize that she's legit just a normal person that's way in over her head trying to do all this superhero stuff. My personal theory on that is that Gwenpool isn't actually her real name. She has a totally different name, and eventually she's going to come to terms with that and create her own identity as a different superhero. I think that would honestly be a better concept than just having another Spider-Gwen with a different paint job and a different personality. Oh, and yes, her hair is still super rad. And finally is All New All Different Avengers issue 8, written by Mark Waid with art by Adam Kubert. So yeah, this didn't really need to be an entire issue. It had some nice moments, but in all honesty, I feel like this was just Marvel saying All New All Different Avengers needs to have this specific amount of tie-ins for Standoff, and Mark Waid only wanted to write 1 or 2. The biggest thing that happens here is after the Avengers being Kobicked, they're back to normal in this book, and it's just kind of drawn out and doesn't really mean anything. Sure, that's a big event, getting them back to normal, but I don't think it warranted an entire issue. I think what happened here is they didn't want to delve into the next story by giving some kind of cliffhanger for that, and they just wanted to keep the Standoff parts self-contained without touching on Wasp or whatever I think that's happening next issue. I will give it this, it's definitely a nice conclusion to the Uncanny Avengers / All New All Different Avengers story of Standoff. It's a good kind of wrap up for that. If that was probably told in like another self-contained book that didn't cross over into these 2, I think it would have been much better. But yeah, those are all the reviews that I've got for you this week. Let me know what you thought about the pulls that you picked up in the comments, or just what you thought about the stuff that I bought this week. And before you head out, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on anything that I upload every Friday, and soon every Wednesday. That all being said, thank you so much for watching. Next time, I grow my hair out really long, and then cut it short, dye it blonde, and dye the bottom half pink, so I can be Gwenpool too. That's what I was getting at.